thing about praise is how it could be, I guess, like experience with friendships and things like that is if you think about when they say, "Oh, gas, you're gassing him,"
Hmm.
right? What is that? It's praise,
Stop praising him.
right?
Yeah.
Like, but it's also, I think if you are around people who gas you up too much or they praise you too much, it's actually to your detriment. Like it's not beneficial. Um,
Feels good though.
it feels good, I think, momentarily, but sometimes, like you said,
For a couple moments.
it might stop you from like getting to where you're actually trying to go because you've reached that temporary pleasure. Does that make sense?
Give me an example.
Like, let's say I'm out here hustling
Hmm.
to build a business,
Yeah.
and certain people, certain circles of friends know about it,
Hmm.
and I haven't even achieved what I want to achieve. But in their eyes, I've done a lot. And if my goal or a lot of what I do revolves around praise because I haven't reached a point where I don't care about praise as much,
Hmm.
then when I receive that praise, it might make me complacent in my level of hustle because I've reached, like I've achieved a
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I thought the ultimate goal was building a business and making money,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But I reached
I'm cool here.
praise. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
got that praise. I
Yeah.
feels great. That might put me back a week or 2 weeks, and
Oh
then
no, it could forever it could happen.
yeah, right.
I actually felt this with videos.
Yeah,
So when I first started doing videos, I popped in 2021 was the biggest year, like
yeah.
in terms of like
COVID,
numbers.
because people had no lives. That's
Yeah.
just insanity. All right.
Oh damn. Okay. 2021 was a year after. Oh whatever. Who's counting?
I got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
there you go.
somebody came up to my dad and they're just like, "Oh, your son's gonna be a millionaire." Right? He came back home and told me, I was like, "Oh, well,
So,
that's
I'm
it. I'm done. My job here is done." Like I felt like I hit the pinnacle because everybody knew what I was doing. I succeeded in my short-term goal, which is to make people laugh online. That was my short-term goal. But now I don't have a long-term goal because I feel so,
You know what's crazy?
you know? Mm,
Like I'm thinking about it for myself, right? Islamically, in my relationship with Allah,
mm,
praise is a currency, even with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
mm.
right? Like Allah says, like, وَلَئِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, like if you're thankful, I'll give you more. And being thankful is essentially a form of praise. You're praising, you're praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right?
Mm.
And so it's like, even with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's this sense of, yeah, I can't explain it. Like I just had this moment of like, huh, it makes sense that it's such a powerful thing. And if something is so attached, if there's something that I'm so attached to, like my nafs, my soul is so attached to, it must mean that there's so much value of me disattaching myself from it because it's hard, it's a sacrifice thought.
Oh, the more you love something, the harder, you mean like the more,
The harder it is to sacrifice something,
yeah,
chances are the higher the reward,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And so imagine how difficult it is to sacrifice the sense of something that's
right.
so default, which is praise, and shifting it from yourself to Allah,
Mm,
right? There
yeah,
must be ultimate reward in that because of how
yeah.
difficult it is. And there's like
But
so
there's the ultimate like punishment for that too, right? Because anybody with a speck of
if we're gonna equate it to ego,
ego,
yeah,
right?
yeah.